Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all safe and healthy. So today I'm here at the new showroom of Luxury Drive, where previously at their old showroom I have made videos with a couple of cars, but today I'm here at their latest showroom to take a look at the 2022 model of the Mercedes GLB, and in this video I'll let you know everything about the GLB, from its exterior design to the interior design, and in the end I'll let you know if it's a good buy or not. And before we go ahead and talk about the GLB, I wanted to give a big thanks to Luxury Drive for allowing me to come here and make the video with the GLB. And they have just recently opened up their newest showroom over here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So I'll be leaving the location link for this showroom in the description below, so do come here and check them out. They do have one of the best collections I have seen in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, alongside the 7 car launch, which I have made a showroom tour of. If you want to check it out, you can take a look at it later via my playlist. And the showroom design is also really nice. It actually matches the name pretty well. So Luxury Drive, the vibe that the showroom gives out is also like a luxurious vibe. So if you are watching this video from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, I do want you guys to come here and check out the show. And if you're new to the channel, guys, do leave a like and comment down as well, because it helps to recommend my videos to other people. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload new videos. And now let's take a look at the GLB. Alright guys, so here it is, the 2022 model of the Mercedes GLB. And as you can see, there are not a lot of changes for the 22 model here. I'll just tell you what Mercedes have done. All they have done is that they have added a new 115 volt power outlet in the premium package, and that's the only change they have done. So not a lot of difference between the 21 model here and the 22 model here. But let's talk about the powertrain or the trims that we get here in Saudi Arabia. So we have 3 models. We have the GLB 200, which this one is. Then we have the GLB 250 4MATIC, which obviously has a more powerful engine and 4-wheel drive. And then we directly have the Mercedes AMG GLB 35, again 4MATIC. So that is the AMG powered one that has like 306 horsepower, and that is again 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. But this is like the base model that we get here in Saudi Arabia, and I'll be showing you everything that you need to know about it. And let's start with the price. So here at Luxury Drive, this particular GLB 200, which is very nicely optioned by the way, is 298,000 riyals. I'll just convert it into dollars for you guys so that you have a price idea. Just keep in mind that the cars here in Saudi Arabia are a bit more expensive when compared to the US and European counterparts, because we have the import tax and VAT. So let's talk about the design. And I think among the SUV lineup of Mercedes, the GLB design is one of my favorites, next to the brand new GLC, because it has a nice boxy shape to it, and the side profile is quite good. If you want, you can get 7-seat options as well. Many reviewers, I have heard that they call it the baby G-Wagon, but I think that comparison is not right. Just because the design is boxy doesn't mean it's a baby G-Wagon. I personally think this is more like a baby GLS, because you have the 7-seating option as well, and the way the side profile is and overall design of the SUV is, or crossover, I think it's better to call it a baby GLS. So let's start with the front. For the GLB, by the way, you have 2 appearance package. The base model comes as standard on the progressive design, and it looks like this. The progressive design makes it look like a chunky off-road SUV, but this one which we have over here has the AMG line package. So it gives you a sportier bumper, this single slot grille, and this different grille design that you see over here with the hexagons. The progressive has a different grille design, but I think I personally prefer the AMG line a bit more, because I do tend to like sportier designs more than the standard designs. And as you can see, the Mercedes logo or the grille is all in chrome or silver, but as you know, in most Mercedes, if you want to black it out, you can with the night package. So all this silver trim that you see around the Mercedes logo, that will be blacked out. But this chrome part will remain, and this chrome will remain as well. Also, this chrome section over here that you see below the bumper, that will be blacked out as well. Right below the Mercedes logo, you can see we have the front camera, and basically that's how your front bumper looks. You have fake vents. You do have air curtains down the side. I'll just try to show them to you. You can see we have air curtains right over there, so that allows the airflow to go smoothly down the side and improve aerodynamic efficiency. Then let's take a look at the lights. So this is how the headlights look when they're turned on. You do have two options in the headlights itself. So you have the standard high performance LEDs, but this one over here has the multi-beam LED that you can see over here. And in the multi-beam LED, you do get extra projectors right over there for your high beam. But this is the main headlight. And then you have two DRLs, one at the top, one at the bottom. And this is how your indicator looks when it is turned on. So the top DRL turns into the indicator. And by the way, as you can see, this particular model does not have any fog lamp down over there, but that is due to the fact that this is the AMG line model. If you don't opt for the AMG line model and go for the progressive model, then you have the option of adding LED fog lamps as well. Then moving up, we have the hood, nice muscular hood with a sort of power dome. And I think that's it for the front. Then let's take a look at the paint. So this particular paint is a nice metallic black. I'll put the exact name down below, but it does shine pretty nicely under the light, as you can see. And obviously, being a Mercedes, you do have quite a few color options or paint options as well. So now let's move on to the side and I'll show you the side profile over there. So space is a bit limited, but I'll try to show you the side profile as best as I can. And you can see why I called it the Baby GLS rather than the Baby G-Wagon. You have a window line which is pretty similar to the GLS, and despite being a very small crossover, the size of this GLB is pretty nice. The height of the roof is actually pretty close to the height of the X4 right over there, which is actually a class above the GLB. So that should give you an idea of how tall this GLB is. The window line is quite nice, and I do like that design element right over there. It just makes the side profile stand out a bit and not look very bland. But overall, it's a nice and clean design. Then let's take a look at the wheels. So being the AMG line, we have the AMG rims. And by the way, even if you go for the AMG line, I checked it on the configurator. You have the option of buying the standard rims, not the AMG style ones. But if you do opt for the AMG rims, it automatically upgrades the suspension from the standard comfort suspension to the adaptive suspension. So this one is a 20-inch rim, and the width of the tire is a 235 section, and you have this 45 series sidewall. So despite being a 20-inch rim, you do have a good chunky sidewall, which will definitely provide you with a good ride comfort. So that is a nice positive. And then this one has these standard brakes, but if you want, you can upgrade them to a high performance brake system as well. In that, you get larger disc brakes at the front with a larger brake caliper as well. So that's the front wheel. Then moving along the side, you can see we have plastic cladding on the wheel arches and down at the bottom as well, along with a chrome strip. And these are your side mirrors along with the indicators, and you can also see we have the blind spot camera right underneath them. Then this is the window line that I was talking about. It is in silver, and if you go for the night package, it will be blacked out. And as we move along the side, we have the fuel economy as well. So it is 17.5 kilometer per liter, which is excellent plus, and it has a small 1.3 liter engine, the GLB 200. So if fuel efficiency is something you look for, then the GLB 200 might be perfect for you. But if you want a bit more performance, then you have the GLB 250 and the AMG 35 as well. Then here's the rear wheel, same design, 20-inch rim, and the tire size is the same as well as the fronts. So 235 section tire with a 45 series sidewall, and you have the same plastic cladding over here as well. Then moving to the back, I think after the side profile, the rear design of the GLB is one of my favorites. It does look quite nice and aggressive, and you have a nice roof spoiler up top with your third brake light. You have your Mercedes badge, GLB 200, and if this was the 4MATIC model, you would have 4MATIC written right over there. Then these are how the tail lights look. So for some reason in my camera it's showing as pink, but they are red, and these are how your indicators look. You do have a bumper protector right over here, which is in chrome, and I think you can black it out with the night package as well. Then down below, since this is the AMG package, you can see we have the diffuser style design. It is an aesthetic diffuser, it is not a functional diffuser, but you do get it on the AMG line trim. Then you can see we have chrome surrounds, which can be blacked out with the night package, and we have something that I do not like at all. We have fake exhaust. So as you can see, they are just chrome surrounds. You have no exhaust. The actual exhaust is somewhere down below. I hope I can just show it to you. So that was the exterior design of the GLB. Now let's take a look at the boot space. So to open the boot, you have a button right below the Mercedes badge. You can use your key, or you have a button in the interior. So let's use the button right over here. So you can see it's an electrically operated boot. Now some options might differ compared to the Saudi Arabian market and the market you are watching from, like the European market or US market, due to the ongoing chip shortages. I've seen that in many cars there are no electronic tailgates and there are no power adjustment for the seats as well. So that's just because of the ongoing chip shortages. So here's the boot all opened up, and you do have quite a bit of space. Now this particular model does not have 7 seats. You do have the option of adding 7 seats, but this one as standard comes with the 5-seater option. So in terms of space, the GLB has a total of 500 liters, which is around 17.6 cubic feet. If you had the third row and you had it up, then behind the third row you would have only 130 liters of space, which is like 4.5 cubic feet. And since the rear seats are foldable, which by the way, you can fold the rear seats down, but you have to come all the way around and pull this over here. So as you can see, only then the seats fold down. You don't have anything to fold the seats from over there. And then after folding the seats, you do have a sort of flat floor. Currently the boot floor is not set in its highest position, so you can see it will line up right over there, and then that will give you a nice flat floor. And in total you will have around 1680 liters of space, which is 60 cubic feet. So pretty impressive, and that is even more than something like the BMW X4, because it has the sloping roofline. And I think the GLB is one of the most practical small SUVs on the market currently, besides the Land Rover Discovery Sport. And I think that's all there is to show in the boot space. Now let's take a look at the engine bay. So here's the engine bay of the GLB 200, and like I showed you before while taking a look at the fuel economy, the GLB 200 has a 1.3 liter engine. It is a 4-cylinder and it is turbocharged, but it is only a 1.3 liter. With the GLB 250 you get a 2 liter engine, which obviously has more power, but this 1.3 liter in this GLB 200 produces 163 horsepower, and it has 250 Newton meters of torque, or 184 pound-feet, and it is attached to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And since this does not have the 4MATIC 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive system, it is front-wheel drive. So overall the GLB weighs 1555 kilos or 3430 pounds, and altogether with this package combined, the GLB 200 goes from 0 to 100 in 9.1 seconds, which is fine and competitive considering the size of the engine, and it has a top speed of 207 kilometers per hour or 130 miles per hour. If you want more power, you have the option of going with the GLB 250, and if you want even more power, then you have the AMG variant as well. So now that we're done with the engine bay, let's move on to the interior and I'll show you everything over there. So before we head on to the interior, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying the video so far, guys, do leave a like and comment down below. It just helps the video to be recommended to people that might enjoy watching a video like this. So do consider that, and also don't forget to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload new videos. And now let's move on to the interior. So this particular car does have keyless entry, but right now I just have the car unlocked. So let's open up the door, and you can see there is your door trim. So the design overall is a bit different when you compare it to the GLA. They are basically the same vehicle. It's just that this has a much boxier design and it has a longer body and more space inside. So they have differentiated the interior a bit, and this is where I think you could say you have elements from the G-Wagon. So like the chunky door handles that you see over here with the silver trim, that is a kind of a nod to the G-Wagon. And now let's talk about the door trim. So this particular model has the leather interior. As standard, you get cloth interiors, but you can upgrade it to the leather, and this is pretty nice high quality leather. It is nice and soft. You have white stitching over here or gray stitching, then you have the red leather right over here, which is again nice and soft. Since you have the AMG line package and the AMG interior package as well, we have carbon fiber inserts right over here, and you can see the ambient lighting show up right around the trim, and it does look quite good. Then this particular model has the powered seats with the memory seating, and this one has heated seats as well. I couldn't find a ventilated seats option for the GLB on the configurator, but I think that is something we need in Saudi Arabia. Heated seats are not helpful in 45-degree weather, which is currently the temperature outside. And then moving down, like I showed you, the grab handle, and those are your window controls along with your side mirror controls, and they are foldable side mirrors as well. Then moving down, we do have a bit scratchy plastics. That's to be expected for this class of car, and you have a decent amount of door storage along with your button to open the tailgate. Then down below you can see we have the Mercedes star projected, which is part of an equipment package that you get for the interior. So there are 4 equipment packages. You have the standard advance, then you have the advanced plus, then you have the premium, and then you have the premium plus. So this particular car has the premium plus package, and with the premium plus package you get most of the bells and whistles with it. So it is a pretty highly equipped car, and that's why the price is also high as well. Then in the premium package you get these illuminated sill plates with the Mercedes-Benz written on it, and these are your sport seats that you get with the AMG interior, and they do look quite good. You have the two-tone red and black. You have your thigh support right over here, and those are your aluminum pedals. So that was the door trim. Now let's take a seat inside and I'll show you the interior. So now we are in the interior of the GLB. I just forgot to show you one more thing. You have the sound system right over there. It looks like a Burmester sound system due to the logo that we have in the center of the speaker grill. I don't know if I'm correct or not. If that is the Burmester audio system, or if it's something else, just let me know in the comments down below. So this is the interior of the GLB 200. It has its differences when compared to the GLA. So like you have this silver trim right over here, and the trim behind the screens are extended all the way to the end over there. So that is the difference with the GLA. But like the GLA, you have the two 10.3-inch displays with the latest MBUX system, and this being the Premium Plus model also has heads-up display. So that's the heads-up display, which is pretty high quality by the way. And let me just show you the basic stuff around the interior, and let's start with the quality. So the quality up top is pretty good. It has it's not leather, but it is soft touch plastic over here, and it feels good. Then this is the carbon fiber trim that I showed you with your ambient lighting, and you have the same thing over there as well. Then you can see we have the turbine style air vents, which have ambient lighting inside them as well, and that is something I do like a lot in Mercedes. The ambient lighting is just too good. The S-Class does have one of the best ambient lighting systems, and even in the like lower models, the less expensive models, Mercedes do the ambient lighting really well. Then some controls around the side. We have your light controls and electronic parking brake right over there, and behind the steering wheel we have your windshield control and indicator controls as well. And here's your stalk to control the gearbox. And then this is the AMG steering wheel. So it is a flat bottom design, and it is the older style of design as well. Right now the new steering wheels have all those touch capacitive buttons, but this one has some old school hard buttons, which I think is much better than the capacitive touch buttons. Sometimes they do register your touch even if you didn't want to touch anything, so that is a bit frustrating. Then behind the steering wheel we do have some nice paddle shifters as well, and you also have your engine start stop along with your auto start stop button. Then let's take a look at the driver's display. So it is the basic MBUX system that you get in most of the new Mercedes now, and if you press this back button over here, you have quite a few different displays. So you have trip computer, you can display your navigation, telephone, assistance, and then you have your radio, media. You can change the styles, and you have your service. And with this touch button, if you swipe up, you can go into the heads-up display. You can change the heads-up display over there and adjust it according to what you want, or adjust it according to the information you want on it, and then you can just press back. Then here you can see on the standard display, you can change. If you want a full screen display, you can showcase that as well. Just press on that and you can see it shows more information. Then you can just press back and you go back to your standard display. If you want a more in-depth review of the driver's display and the infotainment display, you can just check out my playlist that I'll be linking up over here. And I have done quite a few reviews of Mercedes. In those videos I've just explained this system in a lot more details, so if you want to check that out, do head over there. Then we come to the center screen. Again, like I told you, it's the same basic MBUX system. You have your navigation, which is not standard by the way. If you go for the Premium Plus package, it comes as standard. Then you have your radio, media, comfort settings where you can control the ambient lighting. You have your information, vehicle settings and all that stuff. Then these are your AC vents that I showed you, and then here are your climate controls. So you have your fan speed, temperature, You also have your hazard button, sync, and that's it. So it is a 2-zone climate control. And then down below we have a storage compartment. And actually, believe it or not, this sliding cover is an optional extra. You have to add it. It's up to you if you want this sliding cover or not. As standard, it just comes like this, open. But if you want the closing lid, you'll have to option it in the configurator. So that is something you should keep in mind. Then inside, you can see over here we have the wireless charger, a USB-C port, and a 12-volt socket as well. And along with that, we have your 2 cup holders. And if you press this, you can see this opens up. Whatever you put inside, it stays in place. And if you are putting a larger item inside, you can just push them down and you can place a larger item over there. Then you can see we have the touchpad control for your infotainment display, and then you have your drive mode selector as well. So in the drive mode selector, you can go from eco, comfort, sport, or individual. You cannot go into sport mode if you have something on the roof, like you attach some bicycles or something like that. Then you cannot go into sport mode. So that is something you should know. And then we have some more shortcut buttons. So that is your volume control, shortcut button for your map, your radio, telephone, favorite button, and your vehicle settings. But you also have a button for your camera systems. So let's check that out. So these are your parking sensors, and it has a parking assistance as well, which will parallel park for you. And then this is your wide angle view for the front camera. This is your standard view for the front camera with a 360 surround view here as well. Then this is your surround view for all the corners of the vehicle. Then this is your rear view with a wide angle, and this is your standard rear camera view. So that is everything over there. This is a palm rest which you can rest your palm on and use the controller with. Then moving back, you have your armrest, which is nice and soft. You can open it up, and you do have 2 USB-Cs and a decent amount of storage. Then we come to the glove box. Again, a decent size. It's not lined with felt, so anything you put inside might rattle around, so do keep that in mind. Then up top, this is something I do like a lot, a frameless rear view mirror. It just looks really nice. And then up top, we have your cabin lighting along with your control for the panoramic sunroof. As you can see, it is a 2-part sunroof, by the way. So you have one for your drivers and one for your passengers in the second row of seats, and you can control that from here. And then here you have your buttons to control the cabin lighting. So now let's talk about the space. And as you can see, the GLB is already a pretty tall vehicle, and I have a good amount of headroom, even with this cap, which sits a bit high compared to my actual head. So even despite that, I have a good amount of headroom. And these seats are pretty nice and comfortable. Despite being sport seats, I do have a larger body size. So despite that, I have good comfort, and the visibility all around the vehicle is pretty good as well. And I think that's all there is to show for the space. And now let's take a look at the second row of seats, and I'll show you the space over there. So here's the rear door, and the door trim is pretty similar to the one in the front, with the quality of the materials same as the quality in the front. Everything is soft touch over here and here as well. You have your same grab handle along with your window controls and your door handle as well. And this is your speaker grill. Down below, the plastic is also a bit scratchy, but that's to be expected. And you have a good amount of door storage, and you have another speaker grill right over there. You don't have any illuminated sill plates at the back, and these are how your rear seats look. So let's jump inside, take a seat, and I'll show you everything over there. So I'm in the back seats of the GLB, and you can see I don't have a lot of space. That's because the front seat is set to my driving position. I am 6'4" or 195 centimeter, so that's to be expected. And this is a compact vehicle. It is not a pretty large vehicle like something like the GLE or even the GLC, so that's to be expected. And despite that, I can almost fit in behind myself, but I did try sitting in the passenger seat with it adjusted according to someone of average height, and I have a good amount of knee room, so that's not an issue. Just keep in mind that 2 tall passengers cannot sit back to back. It will limit their knee room, so that's one small issue, so just keep that in mind. Let's talk about the headroom. So the headroom is a bit of an issue. My head is touching despite having the seat back fully reclined. My head is touching. I checked it without the cap as well. So that is another issue over here for tall passengers. You will have a bit of an issue if you're sitting pretty upright. But if you do have a good amount of knee room, you can just slouch a bit and create a bit more headroom for yourself. So that's one small minor issue, and also something you should keep in mind. Then around the cabin itself, like I told you, this has the Premium Plus package, and It does not have 4-zone climate control or even 3-zone climate control, but you do get AC vents at the back. You do have some storage right over there, and you also have a USB-C port right at the bottom over there as well. And then you do have some seat back pockets right over here, and they are nets, not the covered ones. So just keep in mind, don't keep something that is very small, they might just fall out. And then you do have an armrest as well. So the armrest is nice and soft, and you do have your hidden cup holders, so you have all the features that you might need back here. And with that, I think this concludes my video of the Mercedes GLB. So what do I personally think of it? I think overall it is a pretty nice vehicle, and it is something you should consider if you're looking to buy something like the GLA or anything like the Land Rover Discovery Sport. The Land Rover Discovery Sport is kind of the competitor for the GLB. Other than that, you have common competitors like the X1, the Q3 as well. So it's up to you what you want. But overall, I think the GLB is pretty nice. The Premium Plus package is something I definitely recommend. You should go for it because you get all the features that you might need for the GLB. Just keep in mind, with the Premium Plus package, the safety systems are not equipped. That you'll have to option it separately. So that is just a small inconvenience. But other than that, the overall cabin quality, the space and everything else is quite good. So I highly recommend considering the GLB. And I think the GLB 250 is a good compromise between the 200 and the 35. You have a good you have a healthy amount of power in that. You have all-wheel drive, and I think that will be a better all-round vehicle than this GLB 200, which is only front-wheel drive. So that's all I have to say. And if you enjoyed watching the video, guys, do leave a like and comment down below. It just helps the video to be recommended to a lot more people. And also do subscribe to the channel and turn on your bell notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload new videos. And thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and bye bye.